Hey people, this is my weekly rundown of things in entertainment from the past week that interested me. There were kind of a lot of trailers, posters, and other movie things that came out this week, so I'm going to try to keep the video moving, not spend too much time on any one thing so I can cover a lot of material and keep the video length down overall. So let's just get into it. First, we got the poster for Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which is based on a mashup novel that came out in 2010. And it sounds absolutely ridiculous to me, but who knows? It could turn out to be a pretty fun, interesting movie. There's another version of this poster if you follow the link in the description, so check that out if you're interested. Here we have a new poster for The Hunger Games, which has a trailer out right now, so if you're curious about this movie, you can go check that out. It's based on a book, which I haven't read, so I can't really say much about this, but looks pretty decent. Here we have the poster for Prometheus, an upcoming sci-fi movie directed by Ridley Scott. It started out as a prequel to the Alien movies, but I'm not sure if it has any ties to the Alien franchise anymore. I don't think there's that much known about Prometheus right now. There's not a trailer or anything, but the title is probably inspired by the character in Greek mythology Prometheus, who stole fire from the gods to give to the humans and then was punished. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the plot of the movie or not. Probably, but I don't know how it ties in with that. Here's the poster for Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, and as you can see, it uses the same font as the first Ghost Rider, so it's sort of a reboot, but not really. It still has Nicolas Cage, still follows the same story, so it's mostly a sequel that just kind of changes creative direction a little bit. Probably more significantly, though, a new trailer for Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance came out this week, and I'm really not sold yet. I went to see the first Ghost Rider on my 16th birthday. I think it came out that day, so I went with a few friends because it looked like a cool movie, but it just didn't turn out to be very good, and I'm not sure how much of the problems with the first movie this really addresses. I mean, you are keeping Nicolas Cage, who can be a decent actor at times, but his track record lately isn't very inspiring. I can't remember the last good Nicolas Cage movie that came out. It's kind of a problem. And there are just certain scenes in the trailer that look pretty cheesy. There's this one point where this kid's like, "The rider's coming." I just laughed out loud when I heard that part. It was just... but some of the special effects look pretty cool, like this picture I've got here of him blowing these bullets back at this guy or something like that. So the action might be pretty decent, but I'm not sure how good this story is. Something about some kid who's possessed by the devil, or I don't know. It's strange. I don't know that much about Ghost Rider personally, and the characters doesn't have that much appeal to me, but hopefully this movie will turn out to be significantly better than the first one. Another trailer that came out this week is Jack the Giant Killer, which is directed by Bryan Singer, director of the first two X-Men movies, and stars Nicholas Hoult, who played Beast in X-Men First Class. So maybe there's a connection there in how he became involved in the project. I don't really know, but getting back to the point, Jack the Giant Killer is a reimagining of the Jack the Beanstalk story, similar to the way that Snow White and the Huntsman is a reimagining of the Snow White story. It looks to be interesting. I'm not sure yet about this movie. I can't really tell, but gut instinct, it's not going to be that good, but we'll see. Could be a pretty decent, entertaining version of this story. The trailer for G.I. Joe 2 debuted this week as well, and I think it looks a decent bit better than the first movie. I don't think I hated the first movie as much as most people did. I saw the trailers and I thought, gosh, this movie looks awful, so I didn't want to see it, but I ended up just going to see it with some family, and my expectations were so low that I ended up enjoying it more than most people in there probably did, because while they probably went in expecting a decent movie, I went in just hoping it wouldn't be awful, so I was entertained by the movie at some points, and it had its moments. At the end of that movie, one of the bad guys, don't remember the details because I've only seen the movie once, but one of the bad guys takes over the role of the presidency through like shape-shifting or something, so he's in control. And this trailer sets up that he like orders the G.I. Joe unit to be killed and says that they betrayed the country. So there are only a few of them left. It implies that Channing Tatum's character Duke, who was the main character of the first movie, is killed in this attack. And we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a central character in this, so that should be a decent pull for a lot of people. I know I like The Rock, and Bruce Willis is going to be in the movie as the original G.I. Joe, so that should be cool as well. The action for the movie looks pretty good, so I think I'm going to go to see it. Saving the best for last, my favorite trailer that I watched this week was the Men in Black 3 trailer. I'm still not sure if it's going to be a good movie or not, but it just felt good to watch a trailer for a Men in Black movie. It just took me back and really appealed to that nostalgia side, which I think it'll do for a lot of people. It's the very classic Will Smith. I mean, it's good seeing him in the more serious roles like Pursuit of Happiness or I Am Legend, but it's fun to have a return to the goofy Will that was from the 90s that we all knew from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and everything of the early movies that he did. So that's fun. Tommy Lee Jones is back as Kay and he's still grouchy, but a bigger surprise for me, seeing Josh Brolin playing Kay at the end of the trailer. It was a really dead-on impression. It was fun to see that. So, while I'm not sure about this time travel plot that the movie has, I think it will be funny to see the younger Kay interacting with Jay and how that plays out. My one request for this movie, even if the movie isn't good, I will be happy if when we get to the ending credits, we get to hear a new Will Smith song. I know it sounds ridiculous, but when I was a little kid, I was a pretty big fan of Will Smith's music. Specifically, I liked Wild Wild West and Nod Your Head from the second Men in Black movie. And it'll just not feel complete if I don't get to hear a new Will Smith song as part of the credits. A bunch of woos and ha-has. It's necessary. There's a bootleg version of the trailer for The Dark Knight Rises online now. I have not watched it because I'm holding out for the proper full HD trailer when it debuts. You can only watch something for the first time once, so when I see it, I want to see it in good quality and experience it the way it should be experienced, not like a cheapened version of that and then watch it in good quality later. So I will fully enjoy that later on. If you all are interested in going to find that, you can definitely search it on YouTube or go to cockpitmovie.com. They still have it up there, I believe. The director of The Incredibles, Brad Bird, has said that he's interested in making a sequel if they can find the right story to do. And I really hope this happens because I believe that The Incredibles is one of Pixar's best movies. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan of superheroes. It really is one of their best. And if a mediocre movie like Cars can get a sequel, like seriously, Cars was not very interesting. It wasn't very funny. I could go on for like 5 minutes just bashing Cars, but I won't because I need to get back on track. And the sequel, I hear, wasn't very good either. Then they're making a prequel to Monsters, Inc. Who actually wants to see a prequel to Monsters, Inc.? Seriously, I mean, it's been a longer time since that movie's come out. There's not that much interest in it. And I feel like people would rather see the story continued than see the story before this story. But anyway, if both of those movies can happen, I don't understand why a sequel to The Incredibles can't be made a priority. I've got some ideas about how I'd like to see a sequel to that movie play out, so I might make a video about that later on. The last bit of information that I want to share is that the website for The Amazing Spider-Man has a bunch of new pictures and character descriptions, so you can go check that out if you want to see the pictures, maybe download a wallpaper, and that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment, and tune in next time.